Is it noon, Margie? What time is
They
it?
should take her money.
Rick should, if he's got it already, I guess.
Hope we have a quorum. I haven't heard how many people got on.
I heard Kathleen about it.
Okay, see, I know you got 3. Me was 4, so I need one more to make it 5. There it is. Bingo.
Kathleen,
Oh, that's
has
Kathy.
joined.
Oh, she's left and come back.
You ready, Rick? Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, please. If you would call the roll, please, Margie.
Councilman Cybold. Councilman Wolford.
Here.
Oh, okay. Councilman DeFlippo.
Here.
Councilman Hudson.
We're good.
Here.
Councilman Strider.
Jamie Scott
Here.
has joined.
Councilman Lilly. This is all.
Here.
Yeah.
Councilman Reimer.
Here.
Councilwoman Walker.
Here.
Mayor Mullins.
Here.
You do have a quorum, sir.
And we got you, Jamie.
I just, the only thing I have is Strider absent. Is that, okay.
Okay, petitions, communications, and public hearings. Item A on the agenda is to adopt the budget for fiscal year 2021. It's a roll call vote, Marge.
Yes.
So do I have a motion to adopt the budget, please?
Yes,
Motion by, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hudson, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, this is a roll call vote, folks.
Councilman Cybold.
Yes.
Councilman Wolford.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hudson.
Yes.
I'm gonna try this again. Councilman Strider. No. Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
And Mayor Mullins.
Yes.
That is a unanimous vote.
Lane. Item B is the laying of the levy for the fiscal year 2021. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
By Councilman Hudson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wolford. I heard 2, but I couldn't identify the first one. Is there something wrong, Rick?
No.
Oh.
I saw something back there.
Is this a roll call vote too?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Cybold.
Yes.
Councilman Wolford.
Yes.
Councilman DeFlippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hudson.
Yes.
Councilman Lilly.
Yes.
Councilman Reimer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Walker.
Yes.
And Mayor Mullins.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay. We're also double down this meeting for an update too, as you all know. So I'm gonna go through a couple things. Not a whole lot to. We haven't been a whole lot of changes in what we're doing. But I want to what? Huh?
The camera's on.
I want to bring you up to speed on just some things that have come to. One, the state of West Virginia did receive their second check, so they do have the full $1.25 billion now. What we're still waiting on are the rules from the federal government to say what the rules are, and there's still a ongoing discussion about are we allowed to use that money to backfill lost tax revenue. So my understanding is all 50 governors around the country are all supportive of that and lobbying for that. I know the municipal leagues around the country are doing the same thing. So there's a massive lobbying group out there that is getting in the ear of the federal officials and letting them know that you know, this money has to be allowed to be used to backfill loss of revenues if we're going to continue to function. So we're just simply waiting for two things. One, the rules to come down, and then two, to figure out what that dollar amount is that we are going to receive in South Charleston. We've already gotten ahead of the game as far as getting documentation out there and filling out the forms that the state auditor's office has asked us to do. That information has been done on our part. Hi, Adam. That's where we're at there on that financial side of it. And I want to talk to you about a couple of things that have come out locally in the press, just so you all know what we've been talking about here as an administration and what I'll hope to bring to you at some point in time when it's appropriate to do so. Two things have come up. One of them I've had a pretty lengthy discussion with Mayor Goodwin about, which was businesses asking for some B&O tax relief. And I think I've shared this one with you before, in the sense that we're not in a position to do that now, but what came out, I think came out this morning, was the city of Charleston saying, well, they're going to waive any penalties or interest on B&O tax for businesses that are affected by the virus. Well, that's something for your all's note. We've already made that certain decision here as well. As a matter of fact, that's been pretty much common practice for us. That's not new for us to do, is waive interest and penalties on late B&O taxes, depending on different situations. You know, sometimes these businesses, for no fault of their own, get into a crunch and they're a little bit late, and we've worked with businesses making payments. We've worked with businesses, again, waiving penalties and interest. That's pretty common practice for us, and I know Rick and Hannah and I have all had that discussion, and we know businesses are struggling, and we're not interested in making it any harder on them with penalties and interest. So we certainly will be waiving those penalties and interest on anybody that's late on B&O tax. So I wanted you all to know that. We are practicing that and have been practicing that, quite frankly. The other thing that's come up, as you all have seen, is the county. I guess the county was the first to do what they call hero pay. And then I guess Charleston is going to do the same thing, although I understand Kanawha County is actually giving them the money to do it. It's not coming from the city of Charleston, it's coming from Kanawha County. And I don't know what maybe that's the 100,000 the governor's giving out to counties. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. But I can assure you nobody gave us $100,000. So I don't, where I'm at is, and quite frankly, I talked to Rick and Hannah about this before it even came out at all, even the county. I said, you know, I would love to be able, there's two things I'd love to be able to do: help out our businesses and reward our employees who've been out there on the front lines. With that being said, we gotta wait to make those presentations to you to consider when we figure out what our financial situation is. I'd hate to think we're gonna go out there and give hero pay or bonus pay or whatever you want us to call it, and 2 months later we're sending out pink slips laying people off. That just doesn't make sense to me. My first objective is to make sure and protect the long-term paychecks of our employees. That's number one. Keep them on the payroll, long-term. And if we can in a future date put some more money in the pocket of those folks that are out there putting themselves at risk working, I'm all for it, guys. Let's do it. I hope and pray we can do it. But right now, it would be irresponsible for me to come to you and say, hey, let's do this now, not knowing what our long-term financial health is going to be. Maybe this relief funding coming from the CARES Act, maybe that's what does it. Well, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I certainly would entertain any questions or comments you all have on those subjects, and or anything else if you have. That's pretty much all I had on my list to update you as to what's going on now.
The sales tax hit the bank this morning.
Okay. And Rick just informed me that our sales tax did hit the bank this morning, so that's a $1.2 million collection that will certainly help us for the next 2 or 3 payrolls anyway.
We're still down as of, with that in there, we'll be down $750,000 on collections through the same day average in April.
Okay. You all have any questions or comments on those topics, or any feelings about either of those issues, or any issue for that matter? Okay.
No, I agree with you on those points.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. But I promise you that if we feel like there's any time in the near future we can reach out and do something for our employees and for our business community, we absolutely will. I'm 100% in support of doing that if we can do that and feel good about it. So we'll hopefully address that with you at some point in time in the near future. Okay? Any other questions or comments? Appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Stay safe.
Aye.
Take care.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Ambulance meetings are hard to conduct.
I know.
The Zoom ones, you think would be much better, but they would be better if our internet quit kicking in and out. It freezes and stuff, and you don't, it's like,
Yeah, that's what I heard. The state, where they gave all the counties $100,000, they could just turn around and gave it to us.
well, hey, Rick? Rick,
He's turning off the camera.
that's what I want to know, if it's on or off.